Hello viewers, I would like to welcome you all to our new episode on my channel. In my previous video, I explained all about the dark sides of doing PhD. If you have not watched that particular video, please do watch it on my channel. I give the link in the description section below. Many of you asked me whether PhD is all about frustration and depression. Honestly saying, it's not. That is why I plan to make a new video on how to become a scientist. If you already have watched the previous video, please watch this video as well till the end. In this video, I have explained various aspects of how to become a scientist. This video is going to be very much important for those who aspire to become a scientist in the future but do not know the pathway. Please do watch it till the end. If you want to become a scientist, sky is the limit for you. Can you see this picture? Do you know who is that guy? I'm sure that you do. Yes, he is among the top 10 greatest scientists of all time, Albert Einstein. Guess who is this genius? Yes, you are very much correct. He is Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton was an English mathematician, physicist, astronomer, theologian, and author who is widely recognized as one of the greatest mathematicians and most influential scientists of all time. Can you guess who is he? Yes, you are correct. He is Charles Darwin. Charles Robert Darwin was an English naturalist, geologist, and biologist best known for his contributions to the science of evolution. His proposition that all species of life have descended from common ancestors is now widely accepted and considered a fundamental concept in science. Any guess who is this? No? Yes? Marie Curie was a Polish and naturalized French physicist and chemist who conducted pioneering research on radioactivity. Do you remember this genius? No? Let me give you a hint. We owe much of our modern electrified life to the lab experiments of the Serbian-American engineer who was born in 1856 in what is now called Croatia. Yes, he is Nikola Tesla, who is perhaps best known for his electric genius. Who is next? You? Watch till the end to know if you could become the latest addition in the list of all-time great scientists. Now let me first tell you who is a scientist, or rather how do you define a scientist? Many people ask, who is a scientist? A scientist is a professional who conducts scientific research to advance knowledge in an area of interest. Scientists may make hypotheses, test them through various means such as statistics and data, and formulate conclusions based on the evidence. A scientist can be further defined by how do they go about this. For instance, by use of statistics, you can call him or her as statisticians, or the use of data, you can call him or her in that case as a data scientist. Or maybe what they are seeking understanding of. For instance, the elements in the universe, you can call him or her as chemists or geologists, etc. Or the stars in the sky, you can call him as astronomers or physicists. A food scientist, for example, apply their science, for example in the food industry. However, all scientists are united by their relentless curiosity and systematic approach to assessing it. The next important task is, what is the basic job of a scientist? In other words, what a scientist does. Scientists aim to find measurable data through various analysis and testing methods. The most commonly used method in science is the scientific method. This procedure is used to amass measurable evidence based on a hypothesis. Making an observation is the next important thing that a scientist does. Making an accurate observation is extremely important for deriving a correct conclusion at the end of an experiment, followed by asking questions related to the observation, and then gathering information related to the observation. Scientists note down their results systematically and keep a record of what he or she performs every day. A meticulous record of research enables other scientists in the field to follow the protocol and replicate the experiment. And then the next thing comes is creating a hypothesis that describes assumptions of the observation and makes a prediction. A hypothesis is a proposed explanation for a phenomenon. Scientists generally base scientific hypotheses on previous observations that cannot satisfactorily be explained with the available scientific theories. Now, testing the hypothesis through a systematic approach that can be recreated is very important. Here lies the innovativeness of the scientists. It's up to you how you want to approach a problem. Your skill, knowledge, and aptitude will be helpful in this. Everyone is different in this regard. Analyzing the data drawn from the testing and modifying, accepting or rejecting the original hypothesis is the next important thing that a scientist performs. So the data analysis is one of the most important things that a scientist does. The same data can be analyzed in different ways by different scientists. A scientist replicates the test until the observations and theory align. In order to do so, a scientist repeatedly performs the same experiment in order to find out if the results are reproducible. This process can be completed in nearly every scientific situation. For example, a developer scientist may form a hypothesis related to changing human behavior and continue to test this theory until it is either proven or disproved. The only difference between how the scientific method is used is the means and industry in which it is performed. Now I'll talk about the skills required to be a scientist. While some skills needed by scientists will vary depending on the industry they are in, there are a few skills that most scientists are required to have to be successful. The following are skills that good scientists across a variety of fields possess. Yes, as you guess, it is curiosity. Science is primarily based on asking questions and performing tests and analysis based on these questions. Having curiosity is what prompts scientists to ask these questions in the first place. Being inquisitive is one of the most important components of being a successful scientist. And then comes the skill to solve the problem. A scientist should be able to identify and test a problem or idea using the scientific method. Having good problem-solving skills allows scientists to select appropriate variables when testing hypotheses and come up with new solutions that would elicit the desired outcome. The next is the organizational skills. Scientists are constantly collecting and analyzing data, all of which must be neatly organized and documented. Good organizational skills allow scientists to remain on top of their statistics and findings and efficiently draw conclusions between various pieces of information. And then the essential communication skills. A major component of being a scientist is effectively communicating your findings. Communication skills that scientists need include both written and oral communication. For example, a scientist may perform a presentation of their findings, or they may write a research paper that outlines their experimentations and results. Then comes the project management. Many scientists perform various projects that support their scientific investigations. Whether you work in a lab or in the business industry, as a scientist, you should be able to plan and execute a variety of projects in an efficient and timely manner. Next, I'll talk about different types of scientists. Several industries utilize scientists to gather, test, and organize information that will further the success of that industry. The following are a few of the many different types of scientists working today. The first type, product development scientist. This type of scientist specializes in developing new products as well as enhancing the efficiency of current products. Common products that a product development scientist may study and create include food, drugs, and medical technology. Product development scientists work in a variety of fields including biotechnology, the food industry, and pharmaceutical science. This type of scientist typically holds a minimum of a bachelor's degree in the field they work in. As you may have heard about botanists. A botanist, in the broadest sense, is a scientist who studies plants. However, there are several types of botanists, including those who study soil erosion, plant medicine, and the chemical properties of plants, and the interaction of plants with other beings, such as animals and humans. Botanists typically have a degree in botany or biology and can work in various settings, including remote parts of the world and greenhouses. A botany may also be referred to as phytologist or plant scientist. A physicist is a scientist that studies the various aspects of physics, including energy and matter. There are two major types of physicists: theoretical physicists, who study the mathematical aspects of physics to explain and predict physics-related phenomena, and experimental physicists, who study and observe physical phenomena and analyze experiments related to it. Examples of a physicist include atomic physicist, engineering physicist, particle physicist, and quantum physicist. Then there are political scientists. Political scientists study the origin, creation, and processes of political systems. They may research different political ideas as well as study and analyze governments, political ideas, and trends and policies. There are four major areas of study for political scientists: comparative politics, national politics, political theory, and international relations. Most political scientists hold either a master's degree or doctorate in political science or a related field. A computer scientist is primarily concerned with the development and testing of models that demonstrate various properties of computer-based systems. A computer scientist may specialize in software engineer, theoretical computer science, or computer applications. Many computer scientists work for software development companies or scientific development and research firms. This type of scientist typically has a master's degree or doctorate in computer science or a similar field of study. Astronomer. An astronomer is a scientist who studies astronomy. Their primary focus of interest is on astronomical beings outside of Earth, such as stars, galaxies, and planets. There are various fields that an astronomer can specialize in, including solar astronomy, planetary science, and physical cosmology. Most astronomers hold a doctorate in physics or astronomy. Oh yes, biologist, you had been waiting for. A biologist is a scientist who focuses on the study of biology or life. Biologists are primarily interested in exploring and explaining how various types of living matter function, as well as how different living systems interact with each other. Different types of biologists include geneticists, ecologists, marine biologists, toxicologists, immunologists, etc. The level of education required to be a biologist will vary depending on the specific field, but most biologists hold a master's or doctorate in their field of study. Now I'll talk about the various steps to become a scientist. Each type of scientist will require different skills, education, and experience. However, there are certain conventional steps that someone must take to become a scientist in the future. Take critical thinking and analytical skills classes in high school. Talking about the science subjects, enroll in math, chemistry, biology, and other related courses in undergraduate college. Choose a science major that interests you. Get a lab internship in college or during masters to gain real-life experience of a research lab. Obtain a graduate degree in the scientific field you wish to specialize in. Apply for and obtain a research internship or PhD after clearing CSIR NET or similar entrance test in India or GRE if you want to go to United States. you publish papers and complete the productive PhD with relevant experiences. After completing your PhD degree, go for a postdoc. Postdoctoral research will help you gain adequate experience in the field of your interest. Seek and apply for full-time employment as a scientist in academia or industry based on your experience and demand. Yes, as simple as that. That's it. If you are watching this video till this point, that means you like my video. In that case, please do not forget to hit the like button and do subscribe to my channel if you already have not done so. You can share this video and comment in the relevant section to let me know if this video is useful to you and what else do you want in the future. We'll see you in the next video. Take care till then. Bye bye.